welcome back to Studioloo. So today I'm going to do a little review for you today. I've just laid this paper here before I show you what I'm going to review so that the glare isn't bad because we have some plastic packages here. So just bear with me. This video is not sponsored, but recently when I was, I think, scrolling through Instagram, I saw these. So these, let me just cover this again so that you don't get a lot of glare. These are gel presses, and I had not seen these before, but they are round gel printing plates. So I have already like the large typical jelly print that most people have. I have like the kind of A1 size, as well as like the larger size, like big one, but I don't have any interesting shapes or anything. I've never seen anything like this. So when I was scrolling through Instagram, I saw Gel Press's Instagram account, and at the time they had this really cool deal where if you bought 3 of their round gel presses or jelly plates, you would get another one for free, and it's this one, the Impressibles Designer Series Genstar Studio Repeat Circles. So it's got a bunch of circles on it. So yeah, so I got these 3. So this one is a 4-inch round, a 6-inch round, and this is the, I think 8-inch, yes, 8-inch round. So let's see how these work. So I'm going to just start with the 8-inch. And what I'm going to do today, I don't have a bunch of tools prepared, but I do have stencils. So I'm just going to open this up. Not difficult to open. Comes in this nice clamshell so that you can store your jelly plate in there. That's what I do anyhow. I store it between these lovely pieces of plastic. So you get with it, it looks like easy to use and clean, container included for easy storage, sensitive surface to capture more texture and details. So they give you like a little booklet on your jelly print and how to use it. They tell you about how to apply the paint with the brayer and different ways to create designs. And I've been following their Instagram account for a while, and there's so many nice design like designers that are working with these and using all different great like things to like make really beautiful prints. And I really like that these are round because I actually have a lot of round stencils, and like I think this will be great for creating a lot of different kinds of ephemera and for like backgrounds and that sort of thing, and making ephemera. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to be using acrylic paints today. So first thing is we're going to peel the top layer of plastic off, and then I'm going to just move the package out of the way, and I've got my Tim Holtz mixed media mat here, and I'm just going to lay this directly on here like so, and then I'm going to lift the second piece of plastic. There we go. And I will just get this out of here so that we don't get it all messy. And I will grab my brayers. And my stencils. So I'm just going to kind of set up a little line of that I can work on. There might be a bit of a glare though. So what I will do is, it looks like the glare is primarily right here. So I'll just lay this piece of paper here, and once I have paint on here, you won't see the glare. So let's just get started. So I'm just going to lay a little bit of green, and this is Liquitex Basics Acrylic. I'm using a bunch of different random paint today, Deco Art, Liquitex, Folk Art paint. I've got so much paint I need to use up, so I'm just kind of getting everything out today and using it. I also have Arteza iridescent colors, which of course I hoard because they're so beautiful. So they might make an appearance too. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little layer of green. And then let's add some of this, which is Vivid Violet. Just maybe drops here and there. And then I think maybe some of this, oh, this one isn't open, so let me use one that is open. This is, oh, I don't need to shake this one. This is a bright, bright yellow. Nice bright yellow. There we go. We'll just get the excess little bit of paint. Okay. I'll just start doing a little bit of blending here. I recently saw Tim Holtz was doing a video, and they have now like a little thing to set your brayer on. I have to look into that because that would be a total game changer, I think. So I have a lot of these kind of stencils that are like doily shaped, which I think would be really great for this. And like I said, I also have a lot of round stencils, so that would be good. But I want something this time that's going to cover the whole entire surface I've created. So let me see. I actually might have to get some larger stencils, just because this is such a great big large awesome surface. So let's see here. Oh, there's so many, it's hard to choose. Let's just go with maybe, no, not that one. I'm going to go back to the original one that I had, I think. Okay. So let's just do this. Now, move these stencils out of the way. I'm just using regular A4 copy paper. So let's get our first print. And what I like to do usually is just capture kind of the first print through the stencil, and then I do multiple layers of jelly printing on my paper. So I will capture even the waste paint that gets stuck to the stencil. I will try to capture that as well. So you just kind of rub the entire surface with a good pressure, just to make sure you're going to pick up all this paint. And then peel it up. Pretty, pretty. Now, because this stencil has this border, it's blocking some of this, so just keep that in mind. That's why you didn't see a full circle. I think these would be good for creating both circles as well as like just designs in general, with a smaller surface, which is nice. So I'm just going to set this here kind of as my pull away, lay down my stencil kind of paper, and I'm going to use my hands here. I know by the end of this video my hands will be covered in paint, but we're going to be okay. So now we're going to be able to capture this whole circle. So what I'm going to do is just lay this down in a landscape kind of format. There we go. And just kind of press it down on the whole stencil, or sorry, the whole plate. And then just go around with a nice pressure evenly in a circle. Just make sure the whole thing feels like it's adhered. You can kind of see the outline. And I can feel that the paint is attaching to the paper. So let's pull this up. And now we get that whole circle. So pretty. And then we'll remove this stencil as well. And there's the captured paint. And that is pretty. And what you can do with those, you can decide if like you just like it as is, or you can keep layering your stencil. I should just move it over and show you the whole image for a second. So that's just from the waste paint of the stencil. So now let's break into some of the beautiful Arteza paint for the fun of it. I haven't even opened most of these. Okay. Sorry, I just have to pull this open. Here we go. Then, let's see if we have to, whoops. There we go. Let me just get some of this paint out here. There's still a little layer of plastic. I told you my fingers would be covered in paint by the end of this, right? You're prepared. You have to get messy. That's what we do. Okay. So there's a bit of that pink, and I'm just going to keep the pink that was already on here, and I'm going to continue with it just because I like it anyways. And I just want to add some of that iridescent pink. Then, maybe, just because we're going with like iridescence and stuff, I will add some gold. And then I have some of this. Let me just give it a shake. Modern Masters Metallic Paint, satin finish, rose quartz, semi-opaque. Okay, let's just try. I haven't used this paint before, actually, for jelly printing or for anything. I just picked it up not long ago. So let's just, that's probably too much, but we'll see. It's kind of a more watery paint. Okay. It's just, actually it's not too bad. Not too bad. I probably lost that iridescent paint in this, but that's okay. We'll just see what happens. You can't get too attached to the process, right? Just, okay. So I can say that using this jelly print, it feels very like smooth and solid. It doesn't feel like it's full of like divots and cracks and things like that. It feels really like solid, if that makes sense. Now, let's try something bigger with this one. Let's go with this. There we go. Then I'm going to actually layer it on top of this, just so that we can do some layering. Usually I create a whole bunch of sheets before I start with my layering, but for the purposes of this video, we'll just do it now. Because only beautiful things can happen. Yay! That's gorgeous. Now we will pick up our stencil. I'm just going to plunk it down here. I definitely moved it around a little, so that's going to be a messier one. That's okay though. Now we'll pick up the final print. And some people like to use their brayer for this, but I prefer hands because you can really feel the softness of the jelly against your hand, and you can tell that like the whole thing is pressed. Okay, really cool. And I'm just imagining, because I have all of these sizes of circle, that you could make a bunch of different circles, different sizes, and then through the center you could put a brad and they could all spin, and you could make some really cool like pinwheel style things. So I think I'll do one more on this jelly, and then I will switch to one of the smaller ones, and then you'll have an idea what a couple of the sizes can do, and then we'll try out that neat circles one. So I'm just going to add some blue. This is neon electric blue, and this is Indian turquoise. So let's just put some of that down. There we go. And then maybe a little bit of yellow. And this is saffron yellow. This is such a relaxing way to spend time. If you've never jelly printed before, I definitely recommend it. It is so relaxing. And you can use like when you get the paint layers on here, you can use things to make marks on here. Like you can take a plastic comb and you can run it over the surface and you'll get nice lines. Today, for the purposes of this video, I just decided I would use some stencils because I love stencils. But I mean, let's just look at this, just how I've spread the paint. Let's not even use a stencil. Let's just lift that because it's really pretty. Whoops. I goobered it up. All right, let's lift one. We got one. And then let's try again because it's lifted some of that paint. So just make sure you get all the way to the back. There we go. And get the full circle on there. So it's almost like looks like the earth. Just because of the colors that I used. Oh wow. Beautiful. And that's just the paint, no stencil. And then we could even get one more. Let's do it on top of it or behind this so that we get all of those paint or all of those stencils together. Okay, so like look at that. It's beautiful. Okay, so let's grab an ink away wipe. 1 minute. And we'll just give this a wipe and move it out of the way here and clean up our paint, and we'll get a new one. I'm just going to pause while I tidy up. Okay, we're back and I'm using the 4-inch gel press. I'm going to just use my leftover paint here to just cover it up. I really like how I can use my mixed media mat under this. It's really nice. Then I'm going to take some of the Arteza in the fancy black. It's the metallic, and I'm just going to add like a couple of small sections here. Let me just open this up. There we go. Layer 1. This time I will peel the plastic layer as well. It's a little stubborn to open here. But I guess that they do that to protect the paint. Let me just add that there. Okay. So then I'll probably just try to drip a little bit. Not too much. There we go. And then just kind of, there we go. I see like these could be used for making small things like cards very easily. If you're a card maker, I think I'm going to put a stencil down on that actually. So let's try this one. The other thing that's nice about this is I think you could probably easily get multiple prints on the same piece of paper. So one challenge I always have when I'm jelly printing is like you go through so much paper and then you're like, where do I hang it all or where can I put it all? So you really got to plan ahead a little bit so that you have a surface to put all of your wet papers on. So this is nice because there we go. You can get more than one print. Then I will do the same thing I did last time, which is just take a piece of paper, put it over here, just to put my waste paint on from my stencil. Okay, so we got one. Now I will print the second one over here. Here we go. And you can see that fun metallic paint. Then try another one. Maybe some of this nice fluorescent green. And I'll use the waste that was left over here of this. I'll lay it down first and then roll the green on top. And just remember, you're not going to need a ton of paint with this little one because it's just a little one. Now let's try one of the, maybe one of the round. Here's a cool one. So this is sort of a non-traditional jelly plate stencil. And I feel like the plate has adhered really well to the mixed media mat, which is good. It's not sliding all around. Oh, cool. Look at that. Lift this up. I'm going to get rid of this. Maybe just put that right on there. And now we'll pick up the other print on the same piece of paper here. And I should tell you that cleaning the plate in between using the second one was really easy. I just used an ink away wipe. They're like baby wipes, but they're for like cleaning ink. I got this at Michael's, but you can use like hand sanitizer. There's instructions on what you can use. And you can obviously use soap and water. Look how awesome those are. I don't know if you can see like this metallic paint, but it's really nice. Okay, so now we'll take this one away and move it to And then keep in mind what you could also do if you have already printed the large circle, you could then use your large printed circle. Like if I grab this one, so if I grabbed this one, I could then start printing another one and I could do a circle in the middle. So it gives you kind of options to have multiple circle layers. And because I have 3 sizes of those, it's pretty easy. So let me just quickly clean this one up. I'll just do it on camera because it's like really quick and easy. And then I will move to the multiple circles one, the repeating circles, because I have no idea what that will do. So just going to give it a little wipe. Just one little ink away wipe. There we go. And then just around the edges maybe to catch any paint that went off the sides. And I usually give a more thorough cleaning to my stencil, or not my stencil, sorry. I never clean those. But my jelly plate, I usually give it a more, like a warm water soap bath after I'm done printing. There we go. We'll just pop it back in its clamshell here. And then I will get the other one. So this one is a 7 by 7 inch gel plate. Okay, so these are like convex. Let me see. So let's just see what we do with this one, because I'm just thinking about how to print this one. I think that you wouldn't put your paint directly on it because it could pool in the holes. So let's just lay it down for a second here. Let me just give a wipe and get this paint up so it's not confusing to look at here. Move these out of the way. Okay. And then lay this down here. This paper out of the way on both sides. And I'll just put that there while we're looking at the instructions. Okay. So press your plate onto a mounting board. Okay, yes, apply the paint to a craft sheet or palette paper and roll the brayer to distribute it evenly on the brayer. That's what I thought. Okay, so instead of putting the paint directly on this plate, you're going to put it on a surface like your mixed media mat or a palette or another way to evenly get it on the brayer. Then you load up your brayer and you roll it lightly onto the plate. So you can use this for printing or stamping. Okay. So let's just move this piece of paper over here. Now what I'll do is I'm going to move my plate over a little bit here. Just lie it down. Move this paper out of the way, and then I'm going to put some paint down on my mixed media mat directly. So let's start maybe with some of this nice red, cadmium deep red hue. Bit of red. And I'm a red and pink person because it's very vintagey. So let's just put a bit of pink and a bit of red. Then I think I'm going to use my large brayer for this because this one's got green and black on it, and I don't think that really... So I'm just going to blend them a little, but not a lot. There we go. And I think I'm just going to go in the paint a little and make sure that all my brayer is loaded, pretty loaded. Okay. And definitely, you know, the way that you load this is going to affect like the amount of blending that you do. Like if I had pink on one side, red on the other, I could choose to go straight across and get lines, or I've blended a little here now, so it's blending. So I'll just put the brayer back down in the paint, and I'm going to take my first impression. I'm just going to press it evenly here. This is my first time using like a textured jelly. It's really cool. So fun to have like new products, like things that you've never used before. It's good to have another player in the jelly plate market. Okay. Oh, this is so cool. Look at that. Look at all that beautiful blending. Oh my gosh. That is gorgeous. Okay, so now let's throw some blue into the mix. A little bit of blue. Just a little bit. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I think, is get this loaded with one color like this. Then, again, we've still got red and pink really blending there. And then I'm going to just add a little more blue on its own over here. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of the blue so that I have mostly blue. And I'm going to go over it again, kind of sporadically. Maybe evenly in parts. See, we're getting like a really cool blended cotton candy kind of color. I mean, this is like pre-made mixed media. It's just done for you. It really makes the work like less to think about to already have that texture there. I love that. And I think because it's repeating circles, it's a really usable kind of pattern that you could use in a lot of different things because it's not specifically a theme. Look at that, so fun. Okay. Going to use up the rest of this paint here. So fun. Now let's use up the paint on this brayer. So we're adding some green to this whole situation. And this paint is definitely starting to get a little dry. So get it on there. This will probably be the last one unless I use more paint, but I think we have done a pretty fun test of these. I definitely plan to use these with my daughter. I think that jelly printing is also a really great activity for kids, and if you're doing homeschooling right now, it's a lot of fun. So that's a really beautiful shade. It's almost like a mauve. Okay, so that is a look at the gel press round jelly plates. So if you're interested in more information, I recommend you check them out. I definitely recommend these. I think they're a lot of fun. I think that they're, you know, a unique product, something new in this market. So let me just grab one of them here. So yeah, Gel Press, they're on Instagram. They have their own website, and these are their round gel printing plates. So they're a lot of fun. I think they also have your standard larger like square sizes as well, but I was really into these round ones. So yeah, that is my look at these gel presses, and I recommend them 100%. They're a lot of fun. So thank you so much for joining me today. You can find all of my social media information as well as information about the gel presses down below in the description box. Everything will be linked there, and have a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join me for more reviews and different kinds of artsy videos. Thanks so much. Bye for now.